Another recap of Top Chef Chicago.
And happy Memorial Day.
Enjoy.
Yes.
Have a hot dog on us.
Yeah.
Last week, Andrew went home.
Yeah.
I know.
Poor little F Nut. I'm gonna miss him.
I loved Andrew's energy.
I kept seeing the beginning of the episode before this when, because it was like,
yeah, back to back,
and he was like, "Buenos dias, puercos." It was so funny.
Well, Tom's not playing around.
No.
He showed up at 5:45 in the morning.
So he's like, "Oh, we're going to this famous, like, popular breakfast joint."
Right.
And then he's like, "Oh, but you're working there, so don't be too excited about it."
And you're not only working there, you're working the egg station, which is like every chef's nightmare. And the name of the place is Lou Mitchell's. I guess it's famous. I've never been to Chicago.
Apparently it's really popular. And they get there, and the lady, Helene, I guess she's in charge, is like, "All right, you're going to be working the whole."
She looked pretty snarky.
She knows what she likes.
All right. So I guess Martine is her head egg hole chef. And he's going to also judge along with her.
Mm-hmm. So they're going to take turns switching in and out of the egg station.
It looked pretty intense.
Yeah.
You know, they were showing it, and everybody was pretty much effing it up except for Antonia and Dale. Mm-hmm. And to me, the clip that they showed, it looked like Dale was going to win because, I mean, he got like a million orders at once.
It looked like he had a lot more orders than Antonia
Right.
did.
But in the end, they picked Antonia because they said she was calm.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Dale was pretty calm, too. I mean, I was surprised that he didn't, like, freak out. Yeah.
So, anyway.
Tom's not going to be at the elimination challenge.
I know. What's an elimination challenge without Tom?
I don't think this is the first one ever that Tom hasn't been there.
I was a little bit nervous. I was scared.
Right. So they got a text.
Yeah, they were like, "Go to 833 West Haines Street."
Where's what?
I don't know. Let's look it up on the cell phone.
Yeah. Did you pay for that service?
So, it's time for Restaurant Wars.
For real.
Everyone's been waiting for.
That's right. There's going to be 2 teams of 3.
Yeah.
They're going to share this big warehouse. Half, one restaurant, half the other.
Share it then.
They're going to split it.
But they're sharing the kitchen.
Right. So, they're going to get about 35 diners each.
Mm-hmm. They have $1,500 for food and about an hour to shop for that.
And an hour to plan.
Mm-hmm.
And $5,000 at Pier 1. I could do a whole house for that. So, by winning the quickfire, Antonia gets the advantage of choosing her team.
Mm-hmm.
So she decides to choose Stephanie and Richard.
That was a good move.
Excellent, excellent choice.
Not only are they like some of the most talented ones on the show, and they've like won the most challenges, but also they were together on Wedding Wars.
That's right.
And they won.
And they won, is right. So if you've done the math, that means the other team is going to be Dale, Lisa, and Spike.
Mm-hmm. So on Antonia's team, she is the head chef.
Right.
Stephanie is controlling front of the house,
right.
And Richard, or Blaze, is basically the biatch.
They call him Blaze?
Yeah.
So on the other team, they had to flip a coin because Dale and Lisa, they both wanted to be head chef. So Dale won the coin toss, or did he?
Yeah. Lisa's the biatch, and Spike is front of the house. And they all have like an Asian background in food, so they're like, all right, we're going Asian.
Asian fusion.
Yeah, so they're Mai Buddha,
mm-hmm.
and the other team is Warehouse Kitchen.
It's kind of a pub style cuisine,
mm-hmm.
Not extravagant.
Not beer nuts.
No, not beer nuts, but not like gourmet either. So they dropped them off at Whole Foods. They had an hour to spend their $1,500,
mm-hmm.
And then right after that, they took them over to Pier 1 for an hour to spend their $5,000.
Yep.
So by the time they got back to the place, they had about 8 hours to prep. So, team number 1, the Warehouse Kitchen.
Yes.
Their first course.
Beet and goat cheese salad.
Ooh, delish.
And linguine and clams.
I love both of those dishes.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Second course. Trout with cauliflower and leg of lamb and loin of lamb. It's like lamb squared.
Yeah.
Give me more lamb.
But then third course, I was like, what? Because Gorgonzola Cheesecake.
I was like, what the hell are they thinking? That's like moldy cheesecake.
And banana scallops. But I was excited for the banana scallops.
Because Richard has made those before, so they are tried and true.
Mm-hmm.
just looking at that menu, everything seemed like a home run.
Yeah, but it also seemed like they weren't really taking any risks.
Right. So it was, everything went pretty smoothly for them in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. Not too many cock-ups. So on the other side, however, the Asian fusion side, the first course was shrimp laksa and pork and pickled plum potstickers. Say that fast 10 times.
Are you sure they're not potstickers?
No, it's potstickers.
That's what you wrote!
I forgot to cross the T.
So then, second course, butterscotch miso scallops.
Ugh.
And braised short ribs.
When you say butterscotch and miso in the same sentence, it makes me want to throw up. and I don't think anybody really liked it either.
No.
For dessert, some halo and some mango sticky rice. Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
So, instead of Tom Colicchio,
Anthony Bourdain shows up in the kitchen.
Yikes!
And he's like,
scary.
Right, each team's gonna get one extra
set of hands.
I can't stop.
He is usually pretty scary and out of control, but I think he really pulled it together in this episode.
Pretty tame.
And he was channeling Tom, which was cool. So Anthony Bourdain, good job. Not freaking out.
So they bring in Jen, Andrew, Nikki, and Mark.
Woo, definitely not Dirty Boy. I wouldn't pick him.
So, I almost said Gatehouse. So, Warehouse Kitchen chose Nikki because they need her to make their pasta.
That's right. They need a pasta expert.
Mai Buddha went for Jen because she's an all-around good worker.
I think that was a good choice for both teams.
I would have picked Andrew.
Well, on the Asian side, they had some probs.
Yeah. Dale's avocado puree was like brown because he put one rotten one in there, so it ruined the whole thing.
Don't you check that kind of thing before? What do you just do? Dump the whole thing?
Apparently it tasted good, but it just looked bad.
Yeah. And Lisa, the amazing rice off the stove again. Somebody took her rice off.
What is it with her and the rice?
It's like bad luck, bad karma. And her soup, she said she knew how to make laksa, but you know what? It was too smoky.
It was like sticking your head in a campfire.
Yeah. Well, the guest judge for this leg of the race is Jose Andres.
Yes, he's got a new show on PBS called Made in Spain.
I will be checking that out. So, the Warehouse Kitchen basically hit a home run.
Yeah.
Every single thing they did was practically perfect, except for they were questioning the chives on the banana scallops. Or the cilantro. That was it.
That's a very small detail.
I know. But they gave them points for being ballsy.
But then, I don't get that, because earlier in the episode they said that they weren't taking a risk.
Well, you see, if you go simple and you hit a home run, it's a home run. But if you have such high expectations and you don't do it, you just suck. And that's exactly what happened on the Asian kitchen. Mm-hmm. They just sucked. It seemed like every single thing that could go wrong was I mean, the only thing that they really liked was
the braised ribs.
That's right, and that was Spike's dish. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, they
Bring in the winning team.
They even referred to the sticky rice as baby vomit and wood chips.
Yeah.
Not cool.
So, it came down to Steph, Antonia, and Richard.
Let's have Steph, Antonia, and Richard and to see the judges.
So they decided, Steph, you're the winner.
And I agree. Mm-hmm. I mean, she was really deserving of it because on so many different levels, she was at the forefront.
And she won a trip to Barcelona, Spain.
At, like, a crazy-ass resort with a
like
personal
5
wine
days,
testing.
4 nights.
Yeah, it was,
Crazy.
like, insane. Come and get it. So, let's have the losers in there.
Dale, Lisa, and Spike.
Yeah. And Spike, you know, he weaseled his way out of it yet again.
He wasn't really in the mix of badness this week.
He was lucky to be in the front of the house because it was a face-off between Dale and Lisa. And they hate each other's guts.
Yeah.
They just cannot stand each other, and it showed. I mean, Lisa was standing there like this the whole time.
She can't take criticism.
And Dale, you know, at least he was not dicky about it. Not like Lisa was. And I was really thinking that Lisa was going to go home because they even made a comment about her.
In my stomach.
But unfortunately, Dale was the one to go home.
Dale.
Because he was the head chef. And you know,
he was one of my favorites.
If you don't know the food that you're head chef on, you don't make it.
I guess.
So next week there is going to be some intense skills going down.
Intense skill testing.
That's right. I wonder if they'll give them the French culinary test.
I don't know. It looked like they were working a line again. I don't know.
It looked like they were doing a lot of prep work under the gun. So we'll have to check in next week. Till then, much love.